To anyone following the fortunes of gaming over the last 10 plus years, you are very likely to have heard the name Suda51, a Japanese developer associated with a certain level of quirkiness to his games. And while most will tell you they discovered him through titles like Killer 7 and No More Heroes, for me it was an obscure Japanese import title for the PS2 that was recommended to me by some friends whose opinion I trust when it comes to the import scene, and I must say, despite some issues with it, I was very happy with my purchase. The game in question is, of course, Michigan, a survival horror with a difference, as you are not the hero going to solve the mystery about why Chicago has been blanketed with fog and the residents turning into monsters. Your role in this outbreak is as the cameraman in a news team. You simply follow the reporter and try to highlight clues and make discoveries in order to move the story forward. Or you can concentrate all your energies on trying to get shots of her cleavage. The choice is yours. Now the footage you're looking at was taken from the European PAL release, known as Michigan Report from Hell, which, like a considerable amount of lower budget Japanese titles, was released in the UK but not the US, even though I'd argue you saw more interesting ideas explored in the games from smaller Japanese studios than you did from many of the big franchises of the time. Michigan is one of those games that has to be met halfway. The graphics are just about PS2 standard, and the English voice acting is frankly...
Oh well, that monster's in heaven.
Embarrassing. So why then do I still return to it every so often? Well, it's a game of chances and opportunities. The trick is to not miss them, like I did here, when it suggested our female companion relax and have a shower. Excellent. That'll fill my erotic quota for the day. Only I lost sight of her and blundered into my sound guy's room. The fact that he seemed to take it rather well was scant consolation for me, however. Or when following a female reporter over some beams quite high up, thinking I had more time than I did, I took my eyes off her and missed her fall. You see, you can play this game as Mr. Nice Guy, helping and befriending anyone you chance across. Or, like me here, forgetting to save the life of a young lady being attacked by a monster because I was trying to get a panty shot. This game doesn't judge you for the choices you make. If one reporter dies, she's simply replaced by another and the show goes on. Though with multiple endings based on the decisions you make throughout, like this one, there's also replay value to be had. But while I've always liked this game, it's definitely not going to be for everybody. While very much survival horror in tone, truthfully it's about as scary as an episode of The Groovy Ghoulies, and its story of biological weapons being unleashed in the heart of Chirac by the US military and a multinational is played out camper than a row of tents. The horror genre in gaming at this time, much like in films before it, was struggling to stay relevant because there only seemed to be 2 or 3 stories to tell. It's either a zombie apocalypse or a mad scientist diddling with DNA. And while Michigan falls a long way short of other increasingly obscure survival horror games also on the PS2, like Haunting Ground, Siren, Kuon, Clock Tower 3 or The Suffering, but you really can't place it alongside those. It's not a traditional horror game where the object is to survive. Here you can choose to kill off the protagonist for no better reason than you want to see it, and the story changes to reflect that. It's not a great game in the grand scheme of things, but it's the little touches supplied by Suda51 that have since become his trademark that make it worth checking out. Although the scariest part of the game today would have to be what online sellers are demanding for a PAL copy. So my name's Gray, this has been Consoletronix, more videos up soon, so thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.